everybody, and welcome back to the Academy, our fantastic modern-day TRPG game here on the Vibe Tribe Productions. I am your Dungeon Master, Riku. You can find me on social media as Pup Riku or Puppy Riku, as well as here on the Vibe Tribe, also Dungeon Mastering the Crystal City, as well as playing in a few other games. But tonight we're heading back to the world of our world, and back to Portland to find out the aftermath of our big battle that occurred last time. And those heroes that took down at least most of the sleeping samurai are here with us tonight. So, let's begin with introductions. Mikey, why don't you kick it off this time?
Sure. Hello, everyone. This is the voice of Mikey, the founder of Vibe Tribe Productions. You can follow me all over the socials at Pop Culture Geek on various iterations across the socials. But you can also follow all of us here collectively at Vibe Tribe Productions. Also, various iterations on the socials with that tag. Make sure to give us a follow if you want to stay up to date on all the projects we got going on, from all the actual plays to the actual pop culture podcasts that we got, because we got a lot of projects going on and a little something for everyone. But I am happy to say and report that tonight I am in the player's side in this whole endeavor, and I am bringing Ramone Oseguera, the Path of the Totem Barbarian. It's fun playing a tank. This is my first time playing a tank. I love hitting things. This is going to be great.
Oh, yeah. And hit things you shall. Especially that big old critical kill from last battle. The first one of the campaign, and very few we're going to see.
Yeah, don't expect it to happen again.
And that wasn't just a critical kill. That was 4. That was a critical kill with disadvantage. Dude, there goes all your luck.
I know. It's okay, though.
And speaking of lucky, the man with probably the best luck of a fantastic, awesome, not dangerous at all patron at his side, we have Minnie.
What's up, guys? I'm eating Doritos because I'm a stress eater and I'm scared. No, but how's it going, guys? It is Minnie Moss 2218. I'm all over the socials with that same name. You guys can also catch me here in the Vibe Tribe, DMing A Walk Among Gods, another game also here. I'm also a part, even though I wasn't there a lot, but I'm also part of Biconics, one of the other podcasts we have on here. It's awesome. Just check it out. Right now, I'm playing Rashmi, the scared Warlock, mostly because our DM is terrifying. But yeah, I'm going to be going back to eat my Doritos.
I mean, it's your fault, buddy. You gave me power.
I've made mistakes, and I've come to regret them.
All right. And now we also have our newly leveled up, with a few dead bodies around him, too. Who knows what's going to be coming next, from Adolfo.
And I am the Nerdy Puerto Rican here on the Vibe Tribe on Season 2. You can find me over at the Brave New World, the Divergence podcast, Neon Memories, and and this game that we are playing, I play Dagney Huta Crypta, who is up to nothing nefarious, because I am a simple magician.
Nope, nothing nefarious at all. Looks at DMs. Anyway, next up we have our sniper boy and the other good boy. We have Josh.
Just an FYI, he stepped away for a little bit, so he'll be back shortly.
God dang it! All right, we'll go back to Josh here in a bit, but this next one is our druid boy who turned into a big old wolf that he got a little bit hammered on last time, but survived the bout. It's Shiro.
Hey, I am Dakota or Shiro, playing Alex Argenti, the moon druid shifter thing. Yeah, you can also find me here on Tavern Tales, Crystal City, Duskvale, Call of the Deep. I think that's it. You can find me on Mondays over on Gods of War Life Phase 2 at ADH Adventures. And yeah.
Awesome. And finally, back from whatever he was just doing after I introduced him earlier.
Hey, don't ask, don't tell, man. But hi, everybody. I'm Josh. You may know me as MG Preacher from Season 1. And if you don't know me, go back, watch Season 1. You'll love it. Tonight, I will be playing the party's Ranger. I am a Yes, you heard that right. I am a Dwelf. I am a abomination unto the gods. Just kidding! But my name for tonight is Thorgmir Zeinhorn. And, of course, my character would not be complete without my lovable, fluffy canine companion, Leah. Whenever I'm not playing these games, if you are interested in first-person shooters and history, come and join me in War of Rights if you'd like. I'm a member of the 8th Illinois Cavalry Volunteers. So, yeah, come on, join us. We'd love to have you.
Awesome. Unfortunately, we are down a player. Sutphin, our lovely Technomancer, known as Edgar Wallace, unfortunately could not make it tonight. He's not feeling too well, so hope he rests well, hope he feels better. But you can catch him on the social media as Cosmos Prefect, and check him out here on the Vibe Tribe as well on various different shows. All right. Ooh, excuse me. Kicking off from last time, you all discovered who was the leader of the Sleeping Samurai. It was none other than your hacker friend, almost adopted by y'all, Nina N, who also, according to Wyatt, who has gone and chased after her, also known as Valkyrie, a bounty. After chasing her up to the top of the roof of where the nightclub is, she was able to get away, but not without leaving the Jade Sword, as well as a few of her samurai followers behind to take care of y'all. However, you all were able to take care of them, some of you just barely, but you all emerged victorious and was able to retrieve the Jade Sword. And just as the rain continued to fall, we left off with a bright blue light shooting out of the ground from out in the distance, where, knowing the layout of the city by now, is where the construction site is that you were brought to firsthand. So, y'all are standing up there, wet, bloodied, and probably exhausted, and this light just erupted. What do you do? What are y'all doing?
I think the first thing we should do is check to see everybody's okay inside, because they were screaming from indoors.
By this time, you've noticed that the music has stopped, and the screaming has also stopped from downstairs. You do see in the distance a few folks swiftly making their way away from the site of where some of them seem to be coughing a lot.
Yeah, my friends, I do not think that we want to enter the building. Perhaps we should go check the construction site, for I think that and Dagney will motion over to the bright light from the construction site, as I believe that is the real party that we have to go to, as they say. Astute observation, my friend.
If absolutely right. If nobody has any objections, I guess that's our next destination.
That is why we came to the city, right?
Yes.
Indeed. Dagney, before we leave actually, stand by. Let me just read this real quick. So yeah, before we leave the rooftop, which of the samurai looks the most torn to bits, but their head is still intact? Would that be the one that Ramone?
The one that Rashmi is completely just disemboweling right now while he's still crazy.
That's probably the one
right,
that's not in one piece.
I forgot that Dark Rashmi is still out.
I am going to say it probably is the one that Ramone critical killed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is its head still connected to any parts of its torso, or did Ramone do a good job of decapitating it?
I didn't decapitate it. I just sliced it through its chest with my glaive, but the head's still intact.
Okay. So Dagney's going to look over to Rashmi, right, as Rashmi's disemboweling, and Dagney's going to be like, "Friend Rashmi, yeah, could you cut that head off for me, please?" Yeah.
Just laughing.
Was that a yeah or a 9? I unfortunately do not speak the giggles. Yeah. I walk over and I tap.
A head eventually flies over from what's been.
Bah, very good. Hans, take the skull. Now let us go. And Dagney will turn. He'll lift a foot up and he'll do a 180 pivot on one foot with his leg out, and then start walking towards the stairs to leave the rooftop. Rashmi, we are going to go kill more things if you so want to indulge in the blood and whatever that is your doing. Yeah.
So I'm gonna assume you aren't going back through the poison gassed nightclub, and you're
the nightclub filled with death.
Yeah. So as Dagney reaches the fire escape, he'll stop and he'll turn to his friends. He'll be like, "Yeah, if I did not make it clear, I filled the club with poisonous gas. We do not want to go in there." Yeah.
So I'm assuming you all are gonna
facepalm. He would facepalm.
All right.
Sure. Okay.
All right.
Also, did anybody else see him take that head?
I noticed it too, but I feel like that's a question for a later time.
As Hans,
I'm not saying
as Hans the invisible servant has the head, and this head's just floating.
So there's a decapitated head just floating behind you.
Y'all see that, right? Y'all see that.
Hey, Dagney, roll me a d20.
Okay.
Oh Lord.
Oh no.
We got fucking Sir Gigglefit over here.
Sir
And
Gigglefit.
this fucking guy with the head. I just joined. Are you guys sure this isn't a cult? Can we be 100% positive this isn't a cult?
That is a 9. 999.
That is a 9. What if its teeth falls out? Out of the thing.
That's fine. It only calls for a skull.
Says nothing about teeth.
Nothing about teeth. We can fix that later. That's fine. We got
I will say, yeah, one of the teeth falls out as you're handling it. There is something odd about this tooth, though, that draws you to it. There is some kind of... It's magic. Some kind of magic is emanating from it.
Okay,
what kind of shit is this? Magical dentistry?
All right, first, so Dagney, as the tooth drops, Dagney will regard the tooth for a moment. He'll be like, yeah, it's fine. But then he'll stop and be like, wait a minute. And then he'll take it, not yet realizing that it's magic, and he'll begin to inspect it. And let me just make sure I got the spell prepped.
Didn't the one guy have a cyanide capsule in his tooth?
So I would like to cast Detect Magic on the tooth. Because so when you say it, so I'm assuming that it has runes carved on it and shit like that to make it look magical.
Not exactly.
Okay.
As you inspect it, and actually, you go and detect magic on it, and you could clearly see it is resonating some really powerful magic.
Okay.
I would like you to make a nature check for me as you're looking at the tooth.
999.
9. You could tell that this tooth is not human, but you can't tell what it's from.
Did Dagney say that there was
like that? Your detect magic, looking at it, 2 different types of powers resonating within this tooth. One is that of a enchantment.
Okay.
And the other, give me 1 second. One is enchantment, the other is conjugation.
Okay. So Dagney will definitely pocket it, but the focus right now is the construction site.
Yep.
It'll keep going.
Cool. I'll also say this. I won't say anything more than this, but for some reason, you can't really regard the words or the actual full thing, but there is a story, like a fairy tale almost, that just popped to your mind when you picked up this tooth. But that's all I'm going to give you. Anywho, y'all head to the...
So, just because I remembered I was almost fully healed, Rashmi, like in his crazy state, just jumps off.
Gosh dang it.
Like,
me and Leo just look at each other.
When Dagney was like, there's more people to kill, he was like, more playtime, and jumped off the roof.
Oh boy.
Go for it.
Are you going to make me calculate fall damage right now?
Well, how tall's
Do
the roof?
it.
Wait, we haven't healed yet, right? Like,
I
he's
was
going to heal.
I was at like 14 when the fight ended.
It's a
Because I got healed.
it's a 15-story building. It's a tall building.
Oh, I didn't realize. I thought it was only like a 30-foot building.
You are fucking up there.
Oh, yeah. No, he doesn't jump off the roof. Then I was just killed. That killed me.
I was about to
That's
say.
14 d6 fall damage.
I was
Okay,
literally
Keyleth, calm
sitting here-
down.
I was
I
about
thought
to
we
say.
were way shorter to the ground than what that was.
No.
I was literally sitting here going, does this motherfucker know that I took Revivify because we talked about it and is now going to make me cast it and use a fucking die?
Tempting. No, he doesn't. He just like I go through the poison building though. If that's how much fastest way down that does not involve killing myself jumping off the building.
You go down the fire escape.
About halfway down though is when I go back to normal Rashmi
Okay.
because I haven't killed anything in a minute.
So while some of us are still up this roof, I just look at everybody else. So are we going to talk about how we have Mr. Jekyll and Hyde up on our team? No? Okay, we'll talk about it later. And Ramone just makes his way
talk
down the
about it
fire
later.
stick. Makes his way down the fire escape.
You guys get you get Rashmi about halfway down and just stop. Look very confused and look up going, yo, where the fuck are we?
Yeah,
We're going to talk about this later?
We'll
Yeah.
we'll discuss it on the way
Where are we going?
to the construction site.
a nice warm cup of coffee after this. It will be fine.
Hey, Chris, how far away is the thing?
Not far at all. I'd say across just across Main Street.
Oh, so like within walking distance is what you're telling me.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, okay.
Don't worry, you're going to have your opportunity soon enough.
Listen, it's a
Pull up
different
with the
place,
strap.
okay? All right.
It was like, hold up, man, it's a helicopter.
No, it specifically says no flying. Makes me.
All right.
So does that include gliders? Because they don't necessarily fly, they glide.
The fact that we have to talk about specifics.
Sorry, I
There
had
is
to
a-
be that guy for just 1 second. That's all. So I'm good now.
So construction site, yeah.
Yeah.
To the construction site. Dun, 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 dun.
Fucking
All
talk
right.
about it later. Fucking cold.
Totally not a cult.
Yeah.
That we know of.
Totally not a cult.
Honestly, if the cult pays for college, like,
All right. So you make it to the construction site, and behold, in the center, right where you originally saw in the ground the blue glow from the electricity, that the floor is a lot deeper now. And you could see this large, jagged, crystalline blue crystal emanating with lightning magic. This is the ley line you've all been waiting for and looking for. And as instructed, since it's been a while, one of you should have on you a tracker that you can plant near the ley line just to keep an eye on it. Make sure nothing nefarious ever happens to it.
I wasn't here when that happened, so it wasn't me.
who's got the thing?
Rashmi does the thing.
You just run over to this and spike it into the ground. Rashmi, go ahead and make a perception check.
Oh shit. I'm not good at those.
Uh,
We're gonna
Ask
continue this game.
Rashmi,
9.
9? Okay.
What's up with all the nines?
Nothing out of the ordinary.
They're very mighty.
After you implant it, you see it as it starts blinking, beep, and it works just like it was instructed, and you've completed what you have come here to do. And as you're standing there around it, you start to hear,
Gosh dang it, there it is.
"Well done! Oh, I knew it was a good idea to hire y'all." And as you look around to see where the voice is coming from, you eventually are able to hear the voice up in the scaffolding by one of the constructions. And it is Hystix, the rock gnome who was in charge of the construction site. He goes, "I had faith in all of you to complete this entire time, and I'm glad you've passed my test." He then takes a step forward and swan dives off of the scaffolding. And about halfway down, you notice something strange occur as his body begins to twist and contort and grow. And suddenly, you're not looking at a rock gnome anymore. You're looking at an ancient bronze dragon.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yo, what?
What kind of bullshittery is this?
That's a fine trick, yeah. Yeah.
You're actually only the second person today that could breathe and blow me away.
Damn.
How did you do that trick? That is a very nice trick.
It is something I've known since my childhood. Allow me to truly introduce myself. My name is Toldroth. I am the great dragon of lightning here in this world, and I have been tasked to protect the lightning ley line. And so I needed a little more help. And so after learning more about you lot, decided to take it upon myself to hire you to see if you can help out. And you did splendidly. Any moron off the street could simply wait around and plant the tracker on this once the rain happened. Which is funny. That's not how ground works. As he goes ahead and he puts his paw up and slowly raises it down, and as the ley line begins to sink back into the ground. In reality, I was seeing how you would do with the adversity against the sleeping samurai, and the other challenges you faced while here in Portland.
Sucks.
Yes.
I
I
thought it was
know.
pretty okay.
Fine here. Yeah. There have been good donuts of the voodoo variety, yeah.
Yeah.
But yes, me and some of the other great dragons wanted to make sure that there were still beings of this earth that still are good.
Oh, hold on. Can we take a couple steps back? I thought y'all were supposed to be like gone.
No.
Clearly, they're back.
The great dragons came to this world 499 years ago during the Great Awakening, remember?
I don't even remember what happened 30 minutes ago.
Yeah, you were in quite
those moments.
You were in quite the state. It was a wonderful battle, but you
was a fight?
probably
We won.
young Rashmi, my young warlock friend, get therapy.
That's what my cat's for.
At this moment, Thorgmir face palms, and then Leo just puts his paw over his snout.
Now that I can report back to the other dragons that there are good among you, I'm sure you'll have plenty of opportunity to help out the others as they see fit. But I must warn you, not all dragons are as, righteous as me. Some defend their ley lines and will use it for their own power. So be careful out there. Here. And as he walks toward you, Shiro, Alex, you watch as his shape, with each step, almost return to that rock gnome form. And he produces out of his pocket a blue crystal and goes, "This is a piece of the ley line. You could feel free to use it as you wish. It definitely will have some properties to you, but let that be another test for you all to figure out."
Okay.
Now,
I had a question before you leave.
why, yes.
What do you know about this? And I'll shift the dragon scales onto my arm.
Ooh, interesting. You wouldn't have some dragon blood in you, would you?
Actually, funny story. I don't know. I don't think so. I didn't have a big family tree, but I was tortured. Tortured is a strong word. Tested on in a pen.
So unnaturally bonded to the dragons. I do not know exactly why or what this will do, but honestly, I don't know truly what good or danger this might bring. All I'll say is just be careful who you show that to.
Yeah, don't flash people.
Fair advice.
The mixes, while there are plenty of mixed races out there between humans and dwarves and elves and whatnot, the Dragonborn are seen a lot differently. And some don't take kindly to them as much as others, specifically dragons. But I think you have found a good group amongst yourselves. At least I think so.
Is the head still in plain view?
Huh?
Dagney? Do you still have the head in plain view?
And he had to go AFK, but he did want to mention about the tooth, though.
He's trying to unmute himself.
Oh yeah, the head's still. It's just
There he is.
hovering there next to him. Yeah.
Cool.
Hey,
I'm
heads up.
gonna raise an eyebrow and look at that. And then look back at the dragon.
Uh-huh. A resourceful friend, I see.
Dagney's just gonna give a little like sheepish smile.
Just be careful with that, my friend. You don't want to raise the wrong being.
Ew.
We're raising beans?
I appreciate the warning, Fru Goldruth, yeah. Speaking of raising beings, I have found this. It dropped out of the skull that is currently floating next to mine head, mine body, which the skull is actually not floating. That is my invisible servant, Hans. Hans, say hello. Of course, Hans doesn't say hello because he can't talk. But Dagney's going to show the tooth to Toldruth and ask him, I felt magic coming from this tooth. And I had a fairy tale enter the inner cortexes of my mind. However, I do not know. Could you assist me in identifying this?
Toldroth takes the tooth and studies it. Huh. This is from a toad. A large one at that. You said it came from that skull?
Yeah. Like hippity hopped
Yes.
Giving vots?
Hippity hop toad.
that give vots? Are you saying that my floating head here can give vots?
No. It's just a normal human head.
Oh, okay.
This, however, seemed to have been implanted in his jaw. As you see him raise his hand and runes begin to spin around it as he begins attempting to identify it. I'll be the disappearances of Half Hollow. You have quite the gift. There are 19 more of these. Different sizes, different shapes, different species. This one harnesses the power of the giant toads. I will entrust this with you as someone who will know what to do best with this as needed. And as he gives it back to you, you could see the runes identifying the tooth flow into your hand and into your mind so that you now know what this is. And I'll send that to you here in a bit.
Sweet.
Now,
Oh, color me intrigued. Toldruth, if I may, as Ramone steps forward a little bit.
yes.
I don't know how much your knowledge would help me in this, but I was wondering if you could give me some more clarity on this. And so Ramone, out of his little jacket, is going to take out little Esperanza, the wormling, right? And so just looks at Esperanza and is just like, all right, little one, time to go to sleep. And pushes it in with his fingers to pull out that Leviathan scale and kind of holds it up to Toldroth.
Looks like it. Huh. How the hell did you get yourself a Leviathan scale?
Funny story, actually. And Ramone goes into detail about how they went on their mission in Texas and some cult shit. And then just this was discovered amongst everything else. And the explanation, now this little wormling belongs to Ramone, as he's protecting this wormling, this animated plushy wormling, I should point out, as well as this little Leviathan scale.
He goes, interesting. The Leviathan is a dangerous creature of the sea, which is why I'm shocked you have it. I don't think you've fought a Leviathan, but we will. Yeah. I don't know much else to tell you, though. As a mystical creature, it has many powers, so it's a really cool way of using it.
Thank you, Toldruff. And put the scale back into Esperanza. Sorry I had made you go to sleep, little friend. And puts Esperanza comfortably back into the pocket.
Now, I do apologize, but I do have to go and attend to some other business. Especially now that I know I have someone backing me while I could be away for some time. Thank you all again, adventurers. And best of luck on the rest of your journeys. I feel like you're gonna need it. As he turns and walks away, begins picking up a jog as his form returns to the bronze dragon as he takes off above the city. And
I told
into the
you,
night sky.
is that not his name?
And as he leaves, the storm begins to stop. And all is quiet.
What do you think
Go
this
get-
blue rock does?
I think we should go get a cup of coffee at the diner and we can discuss it. Yeah.
All right. I'm going to say
I
you
also
guys...
Send a, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead.
I was also gonna say I send a text message to Officer. Hang on a second. I got his name here.
Fucking dragon told me I need therapy.
An ancient dragon.
An ancient brass dragon looked at me like, you need therapy.
Probably need therapy, my dude.
You probably do. At this point.
I need a therapy.
Dude,
That's why I got the cat.
I was right. I did have his name here. I send a text message and text message and picture to Officer Brack, letting him know about Toto, how he was actively trying to sell drugs.
Fucking.
Damn, we snitching on Toad. Snitching.
You don't hear anything back right away because it is late at night and he's probably sleeping.
Oh,
Just so he has it.
Chris, question. I forgot.
Yes.
I don't remember asking this at the last session, but when we got the sword back, does it still have the keychain on? Does it have the keychain on it?
Yes.
Okay. That's all I needed to know.
I want to make sure I drop that off before we get back to the hotel. Like, I'm going to go to her store
Yep.
and make sure it looks all nice and put it in front of the door to the store because it's not open.
Maybe not the best idea to leave it out in the open.
Rashmi, you're leaving that just out here?
Yep.
Yeah,
Nope.
I would have to.
No.
Yeah. Let us not do that. Yeah.
We
I
can
don't
come
have
back
this-
in the morning.
I don't have Misty Steps, so I can't break into the dropping off.
All right.
Yeah.
So you spend a night, you get coffee, you have your little Avengers Swarm moment. And I know y'all wanted to talk to you, but I'm going to say that y'all were actually a bit too tired to really comprehend what just happened. Decide you're going to wait till tomorrow for the ride home to discuss everything that has occurred. And you all turn in for the night. I'm going to take a quick break because I need to take a bio break and finish writing up what Dagney just received. And when we come back, we'll pick up the next day as you prepare to leave Portland.
This has been a Vibe Tribe production. Remember, take care of each other, love one another, and as always, keep those good times rolling. We'll see you next time.